Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, the action continues now with our next battle of the evening. So please welcome first into the arena to the red corner, Yves Musasa.
Here we are, guys, live at Kingdom Combat, MMA number 4, powered by Hell Energy. Making his way to the cage, we have Yves Musasa fighting out of Engine Room.
The phenomenal thing about Yves is it's his first fight in 8 years. He's 1-0, but he was in the army.
So he's not been getting out of shape?
No.
No.
And you know that he's not afraid to step in there. Here's also his Kingdom debut.
The thing is as well, a lot of these guys you see go into the military and get back into fighting, they tend to come back stronger.
For
physically
sure.
and mentally stronger.
I think the mental side more than anything, you know, when you're in the army and you're surrounded by absolute machines, you know, the mentality and the dedication it takes to be in the army. I mean, 8 years in the army is a long time. You know there's not going to be a single thing he's faced by. And without having a fight in 8 years, he looks like he's ready. He doesn't even look like he's phased by the moment.
The thing is as well,
he looks like he's in phenomenal shape.
Absolutely, and as you come back a little bit older, sometimes you're a little bit wiser. You know what it's about. You know what you're about. So when you're fighting, you can just be a little bit calmer. You've really thought it through. You know, you've got a bit more of a mature head on your shoulders. And while he's been away, he's probably not been taking like the cumulative damage of round after round after round, fight after fight after fight. So no doubt he's been watching MMA, following it, and updating his fight IQ, his knowledge of the game.
This is what we were speaking about earlier. You obviously want to be in the gym to learn, but if you stay around the sport, if you watch the sport every weekend, you can take so much just by watching and learning.
And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, please welcome into the cage.
He seems thick for lightweight as well.
Pavik.
Yeah, incredibly broad up in his shoulders.
It'll be interesting to see where this fight goes because we've just seen Yves. You know, Pavik is 1-0. He last fought on KCC 3, which was our last show against Davies, and he came off with a nasty armbar in the first round, so it'll be interesting to see whether this fight stands up or goes to the ground. By the looks of things, Yves may look like he wanted to go to the ground, so.
Yeah, if I remember last time, Pavik had like very unorthodox grappling game, and it did throw his opponent off. It didn't come with the usual BJJ meta. I'm not sure what his background is in grappling, but it was a beautiful armbar.
Also, important to note, from our 3 fights that we've had so far, all the winners have been from the blue corner. It's a good start for the blue team. Pavik fighting out of a Mazda.
Yeah, remember last time I watched Pavik fight, he did a really nice throw. I was really impressed with it. And that's what set up the armbar for him. And I'd be impressed to see if he does it again in this fight. It looked to me like something he does in the training room all the time.
Yeah.
It's not something he just pulled off in the fight. It's not something he learned to do for the fight. It looked like it was second nature. So I'm expecting to see similar technique tonight. Especially in a guy who's such heavy set up top as Yves. Like, he's a broad kid in his shoulders, right?
Has anyone ever told you, Brett, you remind me of Dan Hardy?
I get that all the time, right?
Do you? Yeah.
And it's pure coincidence. That's a story for another day. But yeah, I'd take that as a compliment,
That's
bro.
a good
compliment,
yeah.
3-minute rounds at 70 kilograms. So introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, representing the engine room.
Is it 77 or 70 kilos? I thought it was 70 kilos.
On my fight card here, it's 70 kilo. Although 77 would not be a shock because these are some big boys.
They're big guys.
Yeah.
Please welcome the
I remember my first fight at 70. The kid never weighed in, I don't think. And I weighed in, and I saw the size of him, and I thought he was like at least 77, but you know. And I think he had pro MMA gloves on as well. So
Alex Pereira style, weighing in and fighting about 30 pounds heavier the next day.
Yeah, he didn't even weigh in, I don't think. I still won, I don't mind. Luckily, I won that one. Right, here we go. Fourth fight of the night. Yves Musasa taking on Vercovic Pavik. This is another amateur MMA bout. Yves looking like cage rust is not a thing for Yves, is it?
No.
Looks super comfortable in there. Hands, guys with both hands really low. Super low.
A lot of feints going on right now.
Nice. Double jab cross. A lot of fakes.
Yves looks extremely zoned in right now.
Laser-like focus. A little bit more of a feeling out process than
lovely
we've
left
seen.
hook from Yves.
Yeah, caught Pavik. Well, the thing what I was just about to say is Pavik's coming forward with his head in line. He's not really moving off at all. Yeah, he's took that chin. Wow.
Oh, they're both swinging.
A little bit of dirty boxing there. Both guys have clearly got a good chin on them because
they both landed some big shots so far.
Yeah, some less of them would have gone down from either of them. Lovely kick, catch the kick, drill the right hand in, looks for the sweep. Sometimes when you catch the kick, that's the best time, just punch straight away.
Pavik marked already on that side from the left hook. They're both swinging in the clinch.
Yeah, every shot that these guys throw has got venom behind it. It's got weight behind it. It's meant to be a knockout shot.
You can tell what power's landing the more. I think Pavik looks the most effective from the shot so far.
Yeah, we could do Pavik tucking his chin a little bit though, because he's got late, like you
straight
said.
up in the air.
Yeah,
Paddy the Baddy style.
Yeah, he's got his eyes on him.
Oh!
Oy. I like to see Yves get a little bit busier with his hands rather than just trying to counter. Set his shots up with some
lovely
jabs.
kick. Oh!
This is what I mean. I'd like to see him set up a little bit, use some jabs. Oh,
lovely left hook from
That's
Yves.
more like it. Straight in with the right hand. But Pavik, he's not two-faced. He's throwing for himself to look for a big knee. Well done for Yves for breaking off there. Lovely kick. Catch the kick, drill the right hand. Striking 101. Catch your opponent on one guard.
Pavik's not going to be taken down easily.
No, he's clearly quite confident in his stand-up grappling. Might have been a low shot.
That's what I thought.
Fighting on.
Both these guys swinging when it comes into the clinch. Lovely
Nice
knee
knee.
from Pavik. Yves still looks extremely calm though.
Yeah, it looks like Pavik might be like a little bit more fatigued as well.
Breathing heavy from his mouth.
Yeah, Yves does not look phased.
Big swing and a miss.
Oh,
just on the bell. Was the first time we've seen the second round, 4-5-6.
Yeah, well, what I think we've got there is a good feeling out round. Okay?
Yeah.
Both guys have had a good look at each other, got a sense for their distance, figured out a little bit of each other's timing.
I think they're both kind of looking to counter each other. But I think Yves landing the more damage on the shots. I think Yves took that round.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing though is like Yves' shots are a little bit more technical.
Yeah.
In terms of like they're a little bit straighter.
Yeah.
With Pavik's a lot. But I'd like to see both guys, now we've had this feeling out round, settle down, breathe. And I'm sure this is what their corners will be telling them. Set up your shots. You don't need to jump forward and wing it in. You can use your probing shots, little teeps, little flicky low kicks, little jabs. Like just like you said, Paul, bring them feints back. And then you can set up your power shots. Because the thing is, when you know a guy's trying to hit you hard all the time, it's a lot easier to counter, right?
Yeah.
It's so much easier to counter than because you switched on constantly.
I think what we caught from the first round, Yves was catching Pavik's kicks lovely and throwing the right hand down the pipe.
That is textbook, right? Yeah. And I think that's going to be, if that carries on in the second round, I think that might start like a fight-ending sequence. Because Yves hits hard, man.
And that left hook, I mean, you can see the right side of Pavik's face. That left hook from Yves is lethal.
Well, we know Pavik's looking for the head kick as well. You know, it doesn't take much when you get shin to chin. As we've seen here. From Kingdom Combat MMA before, man. Head kicks.
There we go. Lovely check.
Oh. There we go. That's the head kick I was talking about. You know the guys from Mazda anyway, they're like...
It's crazy. Yves still hands his hands so low when he's striking. Then when on the defense, he doesn't really get his hands up. And there we go. Pavik with a left hook now. They're both swinging. They're both swinging with their hands low.
Yeah, it's like two little... like a Western film. Both guys with their hands on the hips ready to draw a six-shooter and just sling it, you know.
Great fight so far.
It was just really well matched. And they're both tough as nails, man. Got the corner from Mazda, shot for Pavik to move forwards. But I think Pavik might be a little bit concerned with the power from Yves. That's it, he's using his jab. Ooh,
Oh,
big switch.
good left hand from Pavik there. Caught Yves.
A little bit less output from Yves this
Yeah.
round. You noticed. Pavik seems to be the one with the volume. He's doing well at catching them kicks.
You are right. He has got a very unorthodox style, Pavik.
Yeah,
he throws from weird angles.
Yeah, you wouldn't really know what you're looking for. It's like sometimes when you fight, you're using your periphery to see certain twitches that'll...
Massive right hand from Yves.
Well,
Puts Pavik to sleep.
This is it. This is what we're talking about. The straighter punches versus the unorthodox strike. To sleep, bro. Wow.
Pavik's toes curled right up as well. What a knockout by Yves Musasa. Pavik's still down.
Yeah, the medics will take a very close look at him, make sure he's okay, you know. That's what it's all about in this game, looking after the health of the fighters.
That was a big right hand.
Pavik's shin split as well. Big split in his shin.
Those guys did not have any feel in that process. They threw them both in.
Guys, that goes back to what I was saying about the unorthodox. When you fight such an unorthodox striker, the way to combat that is with super straight shots. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, it looks like Yves, in the first round, Yves was throwing the straighter shots. Pavik was coming from weird angles, but he was ultimately coming in with his head open, and it was the straight right. I think it's important we get that down, guys. Not a big swing, and it was the straight right that sent it. And when you run onto a shot like that, you don't see it coming. You know what they say, Paul? It's the ones you don't see coming that hurt.
I mean, he was out flat. And both of those guys, every single shot they threw was 100%. There wasn't any feeling out shots, wasn't any feeling out. They just both went to kick and punch.
And I'm sure Yves got to be happy with that, coming off of a 8-year layoff. And unfortunately, it's not going to be a great night tonight for Pavik. Like, he's going to be a bit gutted, obviously. But he's a fighter. He's a fighter through and through. So we're going to see Pavik back in here, absolutely no doubt, because that guy comes to fight.
And he's tough as nails.
And
Obviously it was a massive shot that dropped him, but let's not forget, he was also landing some strikes.
It could have been anybody.
It could have gone anyone.
It was 50-50 at that point. Nobody was running away with the fight. Nobody was clearly miles in front. It was just that's what you get when you get a really good matchup of two guys who are well contested to face each other.
And again, it comes down to the brilliant matchmaking by Kingdom.
Oh yeah, second to none.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, at a time of 1 minute, 43 seconds of the second round, your winner by knockout, Yves Musasa!
4 fights, 4 finishes.
Brilliant way to start the show.
have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream. The dream.
Met the city, let it fall on them. And all my niggas stay down with me. No, I'll be there if they call on me. Yeah, we bring the wall. I just wanna shine on my road. Put in all this time that they owe. Made it to a 9 that we lit. Dropping 62 that we go, we out. Fuck. Never change on my road dogs. But that can't be no things like we old dogs.